What's up, beautiful people? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for being here. Welcome in. I'm live on TikTok, but if you're watching the YouTube replay, thank you so much for being here. Give me just a second to let some people get into the live stream and we'll start talking. Hi, everybody. Hello, everyone. How are you doing? How are you feeling? Hi, Layla. Happy Thursday. It's Thursday. Hi, Dee. I'm gonna just talk in the beginning and talk about some things while I let people get into the live stream while the video circulates and gets pushed out to people. Hey, she. Hi, everyone. Hello. I do ask that you keep it respectful. If there is any disrespect, it will not be tolerated. You will be blocked and removed. That goes for YouTube comments as well. I don't tolerate disrespect because I don't come into your life and disrespect you. Therefore, I will not tolerate you coming into my life and being disrespectful. Thank you. That is my piece. We'll let it go. Hi, Nanda. Hi, everybody. Yesterday, I went to the beach, and I needed to go to the beach because this week has been so heavy. Like, the energy since Scorpio season has started on October 22nd has been so heavy. There's been so many emotions. It's like everything all at once. Then we had the election, and there's just been so much heavy energy, and I am being reborn. I can feel this rebirth happening for me. Some of you might also be feeling this rebirth energy. It really feels like there's this phoenix rising from the ashes energy that a lot of us are going through, and some people are not experiencing that, and that's okay. But it makes me feel a lot more powerful, and it's just a different type of energy that I'm working through and growing into. And so I'm really having to listen to my body and listen to the way that I'm feeling, because I needed a break yesterday and I needed to just unwind, recharge, get away from this energy for a while, because I know that I can't stop what I'm doing right now. I know that the work that I'm doing right now is very necessary, and I'm channeling a lot of messages. Thank you for the follows. Thank you guys for tapping the screens. Please do not come in here and ask for anything for yourself personally. I do ask that you read the room. Read the room. I'm not doing anything personal over the live stream. It's just so weird to me. Some of you never hit the like button, some of you never comment, some of you never send money, and you want me to read your energy for free. And it's usually about somebody from your past who doesn't care about you. Do you want me to be real and honest with you? Or do you want to let me do my thing? Thank you. Read the room. I'm not doing anything personal. Anyway, I went to the beach to recharge because this energy has been heavy, and I've been channeling a lot of messages. And there's a lot of people who are resisting the change. There's a lot of people who are not accepting the truth. There's a lot of people who keep lying to themselves. And I'm having to just accept people for where they're at on the journey. I'm having to just understand that everybody's going through their own thing at their own time, and it is what it is. It's just that it's been so much lately because I'm okay, I'm getting these messages, I'm delivering the truth, I'm trying to help, and I'm helping in so many ways, but there's so many people who are just living a lie, living in their delusions, and refusing to change and accept what is. And that part's been disappointing to me. So I went to the beach yesterday to relax and recharge, and it was good for me. I've been doing a lot of journaling lately, and I've been doing a lot of affirmations to call in dating and romance, because I'm ready for my partner. I'm ready for dating and romance. I'm ready to be courted and loved and appreciated in all of the ways that I give that to myself and all of the ways that I give that to the people around me. So I've been doing that, and then I came home yesterday and I was just so tired from the beach because it took so much out of me, and I was so grateful and blessed to be able to be at the beach in November, because I know so many people don't get to experience that, but I have earned that. I've worked so hard to get to that point, to get to this place to where I'm at. I've earned everything that I've gotten. So I was just feeling a lot of gratitude and feeling really blessed, but then I came home, I was feeling really tired, so I took a nap. And when you take a nap, around like 5, 6 p.m., you end up being up all night. So last night I was up until like 4 in the morning, and I watched the podcast, the Canceled podcast. Some of you might be familiar. The Canceled podcast with Tana Mojo and Brooke Schofield. They had Jeffree Star on. Now, I'm not here to talk about these people as people. I'm just here to talk about the podcast itself and the information that I was getting from the podcast, because I don't necessarily like these people or dislike these people. It's very neutral to me. But in this podcast episode, Jeffree Star was talking about how he makes like $50,000 a day live streaming and going live like 4 to 5 times a week, which, I mean, I get it because he has a cult following and he's been doing social media work for 20 years and he does go live very often. So it's like, cool, good for him. But I don't think that we talk about money a lot, which it's nobody's business how much money anybody is making. And he's super rich, so he can flaunt his money and talk about his money as much as he wants. He worked for that, he earned it. But a lot of us don't make that kind of money. I'm lucky to see $50,000 the entire year. And some of you are like that too, where you're like, $50,000 a day is not something I'm seeing. $50,000 a year, maybe, but yeah. And I feel like I want to talk about this a little bit more because I don't think it's talked about enough, especially when it comes to TikTok and Instagram. People see a follower count and they just assume that people have a lot of money because they have a follower count. But that's not the case. A lot of us make pennies. I was gonna go look at the last live stream that I did to give you guys the actual amount of how much money I made in gifts last time, but I didn't. I'm gonna tell you it's probably anywhere from like $15 to $20. And like, don't get me wrong, I'm grateful for all of you who are sending gifts. I'm grateful for all of you who spend your hard-earned money to reciprocate my energy and to help support the content and keep me going. It is never mandatory. I don't ever want you to think that it's mandatory. Some of you can't give money, and I appreciate that and I understand that, but it's just like, I've been getting frustrated with money lately, and I'm not trying to project that outwardly. It's just like, I know my worth. I know what I bring to the table. I know how hard I work. And I have so many people who will tell me in their DMs that I'm like their unpaid therapist. And it's like, yeah, so you see the work that I'm doing and you see the value in the work that I'm doing, but I'm not being reciprocated in that way. I'm not getting paid in that way. And so that's why partially I've been spending more time on YouTube lately. Like, a lot of the readings I've been doing have been going on YouTube because YouTube does pay a little bit more. Still not enough, unfortunately. I have 2 channels on YouTube and that doesn't even cover my rent. So I'm having to have multiple streams of income. And I don't want this to come off as ungrateful in any way, because I am extremely grateful for this position. I chose this. I know what it comes with. I knew all of this going into it. I am extremely grateful. I don't want it to come off as ungrateful in any means. But I've just been like thinking about it lately, and I'm like, okay, well, how do I get to this next level? How do I reach the wealth that I know that I'm worthy and deserving of? How do I get to a point where I'm not having to work as hard? I'm not having to have 6 different streams of income just to pay rent, right? I know some of you are experiencing this too. It was just interesting listening to Jeffree talk about it because he obviously is a business mogul. He has so much money because of the work that he does and because of his businesses. And I'm not trying to diminish that or discredit that in any way. It was just interesting listening to him talk about how he makes $50,000 a day on live, but he also gets on live and he sells his products and he does giveaways. And he also says that he takes some of the money that he gets and gives back to people who are struggling. He even said in the video that there are times when he gives like $5,000 to people who are sleeping in their car on live. So I want to take his word for that. I like to give people the benefit of the doubt and to trust that people are innocent until proven guilty. So I'm going to believe that when he says that. But it was just so interesting listening to him and Tana and Brooke talk about all of that. They also talked about Dramageddon, which we don't have to talk about, but some of you, like, you remember exactly where you were, exactly what was going on when Dramageddon was happening with the James Charles, with the Jeffree Star, with the Tati Westbrook, with Shane Dawson, like all of it. It was so monumental for so many of us in the internet space, and we were just like hooked. We were like, when's the next video coming out? What's this? What's that? And so he was breaking down a lot of it. I didn't really like how he talked about Tati Westbrook, but that is his own personal experience, and he's allowed to view whatever he wants to view, how he wants to view it, and give his opinions how he wants to give them. I just didn't love how he was talking about her. I think that could have been handled a little bit better, if I'm being honest. But yeah, it just started getting me thinking. I'm like, do I need to go live more often? Like, do I need to start going live more often? Obviously, I'm not money motivated in that way because I trust that money is an energy and that money will always come to me. It will always be available for me. I will always be provided for. But it's like, wow, he's really making that much money? Like, and so many of us are not. And I feel like they didn't touch on the part where the smaller creators don't make that much money because Instagram and TikTok pays pennies. YouTube pays a little bit better, but it's still not as much as it could be, you know? And I understand that there's also the argument of like, well, get a real job. But I've done that. I've already been in that world. I've already had the real jobs. And back then I was working 2 to 3 jobs to still pay my bills. So it's like, it's not different in it's not different in these industries. Like, the real job outside of social media is not any different than what I'm doing now in the social media world, right? So that argument is invalid to me as well. That's my piece. I just wanted to talk about it. If you feel called to go watch the Canceled podcast with Tana, Brooke, and Jeffrey, you can do that for yourself. There was a lot of information in there that I was able to like pull out and see and understand in different ways. And he's also a Scorpio, and Scorpios will just say whatever because Scorpios don't care if they hurt your feelings, which is Scorpio season energy. There's been so much of this coming through for me in my own personal channelings and my own personal sessions. I'm like, well, I have to deliver the truth whether it hurts or not, because Scorpio doesn't care about your feelings. Scorpio wants you to feel your feelings, so there's going to be a lot all at once because Scorpio wants you to heal, get over it, and move on. Accept what already happened, but Scorpio doesn't care about the feelings. You know what I mean? They're going to say what needs to be said. They're going to say the honest truth that they're feeling within them, whether people like to hear it or not. And part of that has been why I've been loving Scorpio season so much this year, because it's making me stronger. It's making me more powerful. It's making my throat chakra more powerful. I'm like, okay, well, this is the truth. I'm not going to shy away from it. I'm going to deliver it, whether people want to hear it or not. And I've been getting a lot of unfollows, but like, okay, I don't expect people to stay around when I'm delivering the truth that hurts them. I expect people to unfollow. I expect people to click off. I expect people to stop viewing. Like, I get it. I understand it. You'll hear the message when you're ready to hear it, whether it comes from me or whether it comes from the universe, whether it comes from somebody else. But something I'm learning through this process is that the message is always going to be the message, whether you want to hear it or not, and whether you're ready to accept it or not. The message is always going to be the message, and it will continue to be the message until you hear it and integrate it. Right. So it is my job to just deliver messages, to just show up, to just hold space, and I'm doing the best that I can. But I wanted to talk to you guys about that a little bit because I'm in this energy of like wanting to talk a little bit more about money and how we make money on social media and how it's actually pennies. But some people aren't ready to have that conversation, and some people don't want to hear that. Some people want to just keep taking from these creators for free, but like, art costs money. These videos cost money. Our energy has to be reciprocated so that we can continue to put out the content, continue to put out the videos. And the people who try to use the argument of like, we'll get a real job. Okay, if we all do that, what are you going to watch on your phone? What are you going to come home to and sit on your phone and doom scroll and watch? There won't be any entertainment for you if we don't get paid to put the content and the entertainment out there for you. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I just feel called to talk about that lately. It's been something that's going on, girl. It's been something that's going on. Thank you, Crystal, for saying that. And some of you do genuinely care. And I think that that's something that I'm learning to integrate as well, because my whole life I felt like nobody really cared. I felt like I'm just talking at brick walls. You know what I mean? And that's something that I've been working through too, is like actually receiving love and care and understanding that other people do care about me, what I'm going through, what I'm learning. They do want to hear from me. They do love me. I have no problem giving love to anybody, and I have no problem giving love to myself. I've learned that I just have a difficult time receiving love and accepting love because I don't really believe that it's real. Because so many people have lied to me and told me that they loved me and told me that they cared about me, and they didn't. They were lying because they wanted to get something out of me. But I've been cutting those people off. This whole year, there's been a lot of like cutting people off who try to take from me, who don't reciprocate my energy, who don't actually love me or care about me. And it's funny because when I do cut them off, then they get triggered, then they get angry, and it's like, you showed me your true colors. You showed me your true colors. I know exactly why you're reacting this way, and it's because you're losing access to me, and it's because I'm not putting up with your BS, and it's because you can't benefit off of me anymore. Cheers. I said what I said. Same. I'm glad that you guys are going through this too. I mean, I'm not glad that you're going through it too, right? Because it sucks, it's tough, it's difficult, but it's like leading us to where we want to go, right? And it is calling in the right people for us. It is calling in our actual soul tribe. What I'm learning is that we're making space for what we truly desire and what's truly meant for us. It's just sometimes it stings, it hurts, it sucks going through it, but it's all necessary. It's all a part of this journey. It's good to leave baggage behind, 100%, 100%. Especially when it comes to relationships, because I do feel like a lot of us who are single are not going to be single for much longer. And it's like, okay, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But if you don't want to hear it, you can click off. I am genuinely so serious that I feel like a lot of us who are in singlehood and who have been in isolation are starting to come out of that. And the people who have been on the outside, in the streets, socializing, making it look like they're actually happy but they're not, those people are going to have to shift into a isolation hermit period so that they can learn the lessons that they've been avoiding and escaping, while those of us who have been in isolation, who have been hermiting, have been learning the lessons, and then it's our time to go out. It's our time to shine and to find our people and connect, right? Take what resonates always. Don't force anything I say to fit ever. But I do feel like there is like new connections and new relationships that are trying to manifest for us. And it's because we've been making space for them. And these are going to be real, genuine connections with people we are genuinely friends with people who we share a soul tribe connection with people who are really connected to our heart, you know? And I keep getting this message about like fairy tales and princesses. So that's very interesting. Some of you might resonate with like the fairy tale stories. Maybe you've always wanted a fairy tale love story, or maybe you watch Disney movies. And yeah, I'm getting something about like Rapunzel and Fiona in the castle of Shrek. And I got this message today that I reshared on my Instagram story. And this guy had said, don't come off the top shelf just because people can't reach. Don't come off the top shelf just because people can't reach. And I added to it, because I understand that some people are short, you know, and I want to include everybody. So it's like, don't come off the top shelf just because people can't reach, and just because people aren't willing to grab a ladder to climb up and get it. You know what I mean? Because some people are short and some people want the challenge. So some people, they may not feel like they're worthy and deserving of you being on the top shelf, but they see it as a challenge for them to try to overcome. So they will find a ladder, they will put the ladder up there, and they will climb to the top of that shelf. You know what I mean? And whoever I'm speaking to, you are top shelf. You are top shelf liquor. Okay. But you know what I mean? Like, you are top shelf. And so don't ever come off the top shelf just because people aren't willing to grab you, and some people aren't willing to climb up the ladder to get to you. Thank you, Shaggy. I love you, babe. And then I was seeing this picture or this image of a princess or a prince, you know, take it how it resonates, but like being in a castle, and there's somebody who's climbing up to the top of the castle to like come get you, to come rescue you, so to speak, from the castle. And I believe in that. I believe in fairy tale love, because these stories that we're told have to come from somewhere. There has to be some sort of experience that led people to write these stories, right? If you've ever known anything about creative writing, or if you've ever tried to write, you can try to write a story that you have no experience in, but it won't hit the same as if you write a story from experience, right? So let's say you've never experienced hardship, you've never experienced being poor, you've never experienced loss. You try to write a story about that, the people who have experienced those things will see it and will be like, this doesn't resonate, this isn't accurate. You know what I mean? But if you write a story from personal experience, people will be like, oh wow, I really resonate with that, I can connect with that, I see that, I feel that. So that's where I'm getting, like, fairy tales really are real, dreams really do come true. You just have to believe in them. But there is some sort of truth to it. I believe that. There is some sort of truth to it, because these people wrote the stories based on some sort of experience that they've had or seen. Yeah, so there is some sort of like fairy tale love story happening. I can feel it. Some of you may already have your fairy tale love. Congratulations, I'm happy for you. That's something too that I'm working through is like, I'm always happy for other people. Thank you all for the gifts, by the way. I'm always happy for other people, and I'm not a jealous person. I really am not. I've worked through that in my life. I want people to be happy. I want people to be in love. I want people to have these things that they're manifesting. So when I see people get it and when I see people experiencing it, I'm happy for them. But then the thief of joy, Mr. Comparison, likes to creep in, and the comparison part is like, well, you don't have it yet. Well, what's wrong with you? Well, why isn't it happening for you? And I know that I can't compare myself to other people because we're all on our own separate journeys. It's just that yesterday something happened to me like this where it triggered me. I saw this creator post a video of her and her man, and she was talking about getting princess goddess treatment, and I saw the video and I was like, I am happy for her. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not mad at her. I'm not jealous of her. I want that for her, and I want that for everybody who desires it. But then I'm looking at myself, like, I've been single for 7+ years. I do so much on my own. I care for myself. I love myself. I take good care of myself. I provide for myself. I'm self-sufficient. I'm the complete package, and I believe that about myself. And then I'm over here like, I moved to LA where there's 11 million plus people. There's a more accepting, open gay community, and I'm still not dating anybody. I still don't have the love and the romance. And so part of me was a little frustrated about that yesterday. Part of me was a little frustrated at God about it yesterday, you know, but I trust and believe that it's all in divine timing. I know that it's already happening. I already know that it's written. I already know that the manifestation is happening. I know all of these things. It's just that sometimes those things get shown to us to show us that we're really close to it too, but it can look like the universe is throwing it in our face like, look, you don't have it yet either. You know what I mean? So I understand both parts of that. I understand both sides of the spectrum. Some of you might be experiencing that too, where you're like seeing other couples happy. And it may not even be about like romantic love, because I had this happen to me a couple weeks ago. I went for a walk and I went to the park, my favorite park that I love to go to, and I was just watching people ride around on the swan boats, and then this family came up, and there was the grandma, the grandpa, the mom, the dad, and the baby in the stroller, and they were taking pictures together, and it was just very cute and lovely, and I started crying because I don't have family like that. Like, don't get me wrong, I have family, but I don't have family like that. You know what I'm saying? And some of you can relate to that too, and I'm like, damn, I'm my own family. This community that I built on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, these people are my family, but it's not in the physical for me. And I'm like watching this family take photos together and be so happy together. And it's like, I love that for them and I want that for them, but it's like, I want that too, you know, and I deserve that too. And so I'm just choosing to look at it as if it's already happening for me. And the reason I'm being shown it is because it's really close for me as well, you know, because we can choose to either look at it in a negative light or we can choose to look at it in a positive light. And I want to look at it as a positive light because I understand that the negativity doesn't get us anywhere. I'm lighting a incense off camera, by the way, just so you know, because the incense left. I always get told that I need to make friends, but it's hard. Who's telling you that, Riss? Because that's actually a message I just posted on TikTok, where it's like, people are telling you what you need to do, but these people need to be worried about their own lives, you know? Like, who are these people trying to tell you what you should and shouldn't do and what you need to do and what you need to not do? People who live in glass houses shouldn't throw stones. You know what I'm saying? People who live in glass houses shouldn't throw stones. Riss, when you are ready to make friends, you will make friends. When you are ready to put yourself back out there and socialize with other people, you will. When the time is right for you to have the right friends in your life, they will manifest. Okay? You don't need to put yourself out there and make friends unless you feel that that is something that you need to do. I'm just tired of some of these people thinking that they know my life better than me or that they know your life better than you. They don't. And they're projecting. It's because they're refusing to accept the advice. It's because they're refusing to accept the downloads that they're getting for themselves. And because they don't want to change, they're projecting, right? So those people who are telling you that you need to make friends, you need to be more sociable, are actually feeling that for themselves, but they don't want to accept it, so they're projecting it onto you. And they're like, well, I'm going to go tell Riss that she needs to be better, that she needs to make friends. No, you need to take that advice. And I said what I said, and I meant it. Hi, Nikki. Okay, now that you all are here, now that we're all good and warmed up, I'm going to pull cards. We're going to do a reading. Keep in mind that everything I say may not resonate with you. Nothing I say may resonate with you. So please, please, please only take what resonates and leave the rest for someone else. Do not force anything to fit. Thank you for the gifts. All right, angels, ancestors, guides, come through. Hey, beautiful soul. Hey, back at ya. Thank you, Karina. All right, angels, ancestors, guides. Oh, what are the messages that the collective needs to hear at this time? Okay, we're seeing guidance. Hi, Jess. Thank you, Peruvian, for seeing my authentic self. Some of you might be thinking about getting a new tattoo, or you did just recently get a new tattoo. Oh, okay. Okay. I'm gonna get all the cards out and then we'll talk about it. Oh, there's some jealousy being projected as well. And it's like some of you don't want to accept it as jealousy. Some of you don't want to call it jealousy, but it is. It's like you just think that these people aren't jealous of you, or you just think that why would anybody be jealous of me? We'll get there. But there's definitely some jealousy here, especially from the people who have unfollowed you, the people who have stopped talking to you. It's out of jealousy. It's because you're heading in a different direction. It's because you've committed to a path of light and you've committed to a path of truth and authenticity, and they have not. And they're seeing that things are working out for you. Even if you're not seeing that in your 3D life yet, they can like sense that things are working out for you and that you're going places and that you're growing and ascending, and they're jealous of that. But they keep watching. They keep watching. And that's a part of their karma. Right? A part of their karma is to watch you be blessed, watch you succeed, watch you grow, watch you have all the things you said you were going to have. And then they'll be back because they're going to want a piece of the pie. Oh, God. Okay, keep going, Spirit. Unexpected. Some of you might be earth signs. I'm getting Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, but you don't have to be. One more. New perspective. Look, I'm giving you a new perspective on jealousy. And we're seeing settling. Clocked it. Right. That's the thing, though. Some of these people think that they can, like, pretend and lie and whatever. But I see right through it. That's a part of this new rebirth I'm going through, is, like, I see things for what they really are. You can't hide who you truly are from me. And most of the time, I'm seeing people's heart. Like, I'm seeing the damage and the hurt that they feel in their heart that they're trying to hide and run away from, and then the jealousy is what's being projected. But I can see that it's truly because their heart is hurting. I can see that it's because their heart has been damaged and they want love. That's what it is. And they're jealous of people like you and I who do love ourselves. And they understand that they can't tear us down because we're too smart for that and because we love ourselves too much. They wanted us to settle. They wanted us to be on their level and to stoop down to their level and to sit in misery with them. I just did a Virgo reading, actually, and in the Virgo reading, we were talking about people wanting you to struggle with them, and it's like, this is kind of what I'm getting here. There are some people who may have distanced themselves from you, who you may have cut off, who may have been your friends or lovers in the past, and now they're going through their karma. Now they're going through their awakening, their rebirth too, and it feels like some of these people have been brought down to the bottom, and I'm getting like started from the bottom, now we're here. And so it feels like some of these people have been brought down to the bottom so that they can rebuild and grow and ascend and learn. And they're like, why isn't collective having to go through that too? Like, they're looking at people like you and me and they're like, why isn't collective suffering? Why isn't collective down here at the bottom with me? That's not fair. They don't deserve that, blah, blah, blah. But they don't know you. They never took the time to get to know you. You've already been through hell and back. You've already been to the bottom. You've already been in this process of ascending and rising. They don't see that, and they don't care to see that because they're playing the victim. It's very victim mindset. This is a victim mentality that I'm channeling from other people, and they're trying to project that onto you because they want you to be the victim too. They don't want to be alone in their misery. But you've already been through all of this. You've already been through the pain, the trauma, the suffering. You've already been through it. That's why you are here where you're at. That's why you are who you are. I keep channeling that some people will only see the come up, never the struggle it took to get you there. And that's this type of energy. Some of these people only care when you're doing worse than them. But when you're doing better than them, then they want to project, then they want to complain, then they want to play the victim, then they want to be jealous. Whatever. Anyway, bottom of the deck is settling. And we talked about not coming off the top shelf for people who don't want to reach for you and for people who don't want to grab the ladder, slide it over, and climb up there to get to you. If some of these people want to settle with the dirt and with the dust, let them. Let them. But you are not dirt or dust. You are top shelf. You are high quality. I did a reading on my Chandler Mastin YouTube channel titled "You Are the Diamond of Every Season." That feels like this energy is coming up here too. Some of these people want to be the diamond. Some of these people want to be you, is really what it feels like. Like they want to be you. They want to swap destinies with you. They want to be like you. But they're not seeing their own uniqueness. They're not seeing their own gifts, their own qualities. They're comparing themselves to other people because they're going through some sort of rebirth or some sort of awakening. And I'm going to tell you, the spiritual awakening is heavy as shit. It hurts. It's hard. It's difficult. Nobody said this was going to be easy, but it feels like this awakening energy is necessary more now than ever. And people like you and I who have already been through these awakenings and who keep continuing to awaken, we're here to guide. We're here to heal. We're here to lead the way. We're here to show the path and illuminate the path. And some people aren't going to want to hear it. Some people aren't going to agree with it. Some people aren't going to align with it. That's okay. Let those people figure it out on their own. There are going to be people who hear your guidance. There are going to be people who accept you for who you are, who listen to what you have to say, who appreciate the healing energy that you send, right? I keep getting this message that if God brought you to it, God will bring you through it. Okay, so now I'll show you the cards that have given me all of these channeled messages. The first one is guidance. The second one is contemplation. The next one is jealousy. And this top row is like, some of you, you're listening to the guidance, you're following the guidance, you're listening to your higher self, to God, to whatever you believe in, and you're moving in the right direction, but you're still feeling jealousy, you're still feeling attacked, you're still not seeing some of your manifestations, and some of you are like contemplating, like, am I doing things right? Am I doing things wrong? Is there more for me to learn? Like, what's going on here? So that's where this contemplation energy is coming from. Hopefully this reading is helping you to get some more clarity and give you a new perspective. Then I'm seeing Earth. That's where I was getting Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn from, but that's a deeper message than just the astrological signs. Then I'm seeing unexpected, and I'm seeing new perspective. And some of these people, they're seeing you unexpectedly in a new light. They're seeing you grow unexpectedly, receive unexpectedly, love yourself unexpectedly. And some of these people thought that you would always be around for them, or always be waiting for them, or always be accessible to them. And it's like, they're shocked that you're not settling. They're shocked that you're not at the bottom with them, struggling and suffering, because you've already learned your lessons, because you've already passed your tests, because you've already been there. And if they got to know you and actually had a conversation with you and learned about you, they would know that. But like I said, some people only see the come up, never the struggle it took to get you there. Okay. I keep getting this message about like nature responding, which is something I talked about in the TikTok video I posted today too. What's going on collectively on this earth with everything socially and in this economic climate, everything that's going on is getting a response from nature. Nature is responding. There is like this feminine collective. I really feel that it's a feminine collective. Earth energy gives me feminine, and there's also a woman on this card. It feels like there is this feminine rising energy, and there's this like feminine rebirth energy that's happening, and the feminines are starting to take control again, or the feminine within all of us, because we all have masculine and feminine energy, is starting to take control again. And those people who think that they have power over other people are really starting to lose it, and now they're trying harder than ever to create distractions, to create illusions, to make it look like they have control and power. And this Earth card is reminding me of a message I got from my guides as soon as I woke up today. They said, think about history. History repeats itself, right? We're seeing that every single day. We're definitely seeing it right now. But history repeats itself. And I'm getting that there's a reason that when we were growing up in school, we weren't taught history accurately. We weren't taught correctly what history really is, because there's distractions. Because they don't want us to actually know what happened in history, because if we knew what happened in history, we would know the truth. And they want to have some sort of power and control over us. Who is they? I don't know. You tell me. You make that up in your own mind. But that's what I'm getting. They're trying to distract us from our freedom. But we have free will. The Creator gave us free will when the Creator created this earth. All of this like noise and chaos is just a distraction. And it's just so that they can try to control your mind, and so that they can try to control you and tell you that you don't have freedom, tell you that you don't have power, so they can try to take these things away from you and make you live the life that they want you to live. But the Creator gave us free will. We are already free. We're already liberated. Everything we want is already accessible. And there's already an abundance for all of us. It's already written in our destiny. It's already a part of what we aligned to and agreed to when we came down to this earth. But a lot of the history hasn't been explained to us, hasn't been told to us, because they want to pull the wool over our eyes. They want to make us sheep. And they want to distract us from the truth. So that's your new perspective. Okay. Thank you, Spirit. Appreciate it. Even the history of religion, that's coming up here too. Even the history of religion isn't fully true. Some of these, like, I'm not even going to get into it, but some of you know exactly what I'm talking about. Some of these churches are not telling you the truth, and they haven't been telling you the truth. And it's because the devil has messengers too. And these people recognized, oh, I can manipulate collectives of people so that I can have power over them. So I'm going to tell them whatever I want to tell them. I'm going to make them believe whatever I want them to believe so that I have power over them and so that I have control. Those are the people who I'm seeing being called out, being exposed. The earth is doing this. Mother Nature is doing this because Mother Nature is responding to all of this. You don't have to do anything. Unless you're like me and you're in this new rebirth energy of like speaking your truth and channeling messages, then by all means you speak on it. But most of you don't have to do anything. The earth is settling it all. The earth knows how to heal itself, right? Nature is responding. See, and a lot of you already know the truth too. It's just that other people have tried to tell you that you're crazy. Other people have tried to tell you that you're wrong because it doesn't fit their narrative of what they've been conditioned to believe. But a lot of you already know the truth. All right, let's see what's coming out in the tarot cards. This is why these people are afraid of tarot. Thank you, Spirit. I understand it. Now I get it so much deeper. That's part of why these people are afraid of tarot. Because I don't come on here and tell you that you have to believe what I believe. I never do that. I want you to have your own beliefs. I want you to think your own way. I want you to find your own truth, have your own thoughts, be your own person, be autonomous, be authentic. I've always been about that, and I will be about that until I die. That is the hill that I will die on. But some of these people don't like tarot because tarot tells on them. Tarot exposes the lies that they keep hidden, right? What's done in the dark will always come to the light. We're seeing that now, and we will continue to see that even more so over the next 4 years. I believe it. You don't have to believe it, but I believe it. All right, tell me more about these messages, please, Spirit. What else do you want to talk about? The Four of Swords. The Four of Swords. Like I said, there isn't anything you need to do. Be patient, really. Trust the process. Surrender to the divine. Just go with the flow, really, to the best of your abilities. The Four of Swords is a card of resting, relaxing, recharging. It's a very peaceful, calm energy, which is genuinely the undertone that I feel. Not only in this reading, but with everything that's going on, I feel calm. I feel peace. I know that I'm like passionate, so it might not feel or seem like I'm calm, but genuinely the undertone is calm. It is peace. I'm not afraid, and you shouldn't be either. You have nothing to fear, right? Spirit's like, just be patient, just trust the process, just sleep, just rest, just take your time. Everything's going to be settled. Everything's going to make sense. Everything's happening exactly how it's supposed to be happening. And I believe that. But it does feel like some of you, we've already learned the lessons, and some of these people chose to not integrate the lessons when they had the chance 4 years ago. And so now history is repeating itself for them to learn the lesson this time. And if they don't learn the lesson this time, well, then it's going to keep repeating until they do learn the lesson. But some of us have already learned these lessons. We've already integrated the lessons. We've already heard the truth, accepted the guidance, and we're being blessed. Ace of Pentacles. These are blessings. These are gifts from the universe. This is new money. This is more money. These are committed relationships. These are committed business partnerships. These are loyal people. These are new paths, new doorways, new environments, new homes that you've been manifesting. It's all happening. You deserve it. For some of you, this is happening sooner than you think, like in the next 4 weeks, sooner than you think. I'm getting something about like an early Christmas present for those of you who celebrate, but you don't have to celebrate for that to resonate. It feels like this is an early Christmas present. There's some sort of gift coming in for you. I'm curious. Tell me about these gifts that are coming in for the collective. Yeah, the Six of Pentacles. For some of you, it is financial. There is money coming in for you that I don't know if it's like necessarily owed to you, although some of you might resonate with being like, yeah, I am owed money. But it feels like the energy that you've given out is coming back to you. And for some of you, it will come back to you financially. The care that you've given, the support that you've given, the love, the wisdom, the nurturing, this energy that you've given out is coming back. I believe it. I see it in the cards. And then I'm seeing the Wheel of Fortune as well. The tables are turning in your favor. The universe is conspiring in your favor. And the Wheel of Fortune also talks about seasons changing. So some people are going to experience the winter months and some of you are not. Like, what I mean by this is that some of you are going to feel like it's spring in the winter time. And spring, it talks about birth and life coming back, resurrection type of an energy. Like that's when the flowers start to bloom again, and that's when we really put winter to an end. But some of you have been through so many winters. It almost feels like most of your life has felt like winter, regardless of what season you're in. And winter is those like slow months where you aren't seeing much growth, you aren't seeing things happen. It's when things have to like literally die and be shut down for the rebirth. And I feel like some of you have already experienced so much winter in your life that it's like this winter season, when the seasons change, which is coming up next month, that's when it feels like spring for you. So you're going to see some people who do have to experience the winter energy, and some of you are going to be experiencing like a spring rebirth energy. All right, very fun. Some of you might be in a different hemisphere as well. I am feeling that and channeling that. So try to leave that part out because I know that you're not going into winter, you're going into summer. But I feel like it'll still feel like spring for you if that resonates. You'll still feel this energy of like fresh starts, new energy, new people, new money, things like that. I'm getting that God knows your heart and God knows your intentions, and you have a pure heart and you have pure intentions, and that is always seen. Whether these people who project onto you or spread lies or not see it or not. God always sees your intentions and God always sees your heart. And so I'm getting that you're being repaid for having a good heart, for having pure intentions, for helping when you can, for being generous, so on and so forth. Absolutely. And for some of you, it really is financial. There could be a promotion at work that comes with a raise. There could be a new job opportunity where you get paid more money. There could be more services. There could be more sales. Some of you might post content online and it looks like in the next 4 weeks, when the seasons change, there could be more growth on your social media platforms. Maybe you're going to get to monetize for the first time, or maybe you're already monetized and there's going to be more views, more likes, more comments, which is going to push your video out more, and there's going to be more view time. Thank you so much, Bird. I really appreciate you. And that's going to bring in more money for you as well. I keep channeling something about like if you do post on YouTube, post during the holiday season as much as you can. Of course, enjoy your holiday season, enjoy your rest time, enjoy your downtime, but maybe you want to pre-film some content now, or maybe you just want to like schedule some content, or maybe you do want to post during that time, because in December specifically, YouTube AdSense pays more money because advertisers are trying to spend more money to push their ads out so that they make more sales on their products and on their services during the holiday season. So it's smart and it's wise to use that platform to help yourself make more money as well, because I'm getting that the RPM is up. If you know what the RPM is, then you know what it is, but if you don't, let it go. It just feels like there is more money coming in for this collective because it's time for you to start making more money because you know you're worthy and deserving of it. And I think that you had to reach this point of understanding that you're worthy and deserving of the money before it came in for you. Some of you in the past didn't think that you were worthy and deserving of more money. You were like, I just want enough money to pay my bills. And that's great, and I understand that, but then the universe is like, but you're abundant, but you're infinite, but money is infinite, and you're just trying to settle, right? And that was creating conflict in your financial life. And maybe for some of you, it was creating conflict in a marriage or a partnership or a relationship as well. But now you know your worth. Now you know what you're deserving of. And so it's coming into you, coming in for you. You're attracting it. Absolutely. Anything else, Spirit, that you want to say about these messages? Five of Pentacles in the reverse. I like to see this because this means that you're not being forgotten about. You're not being left out. You're not being abandoned. Some of you might have abandoned yourself in the past, but you're not doing that anymore. You've grown, you've integrated the lessons, you've heeded the guidance, and the Five of Pentacles is showing up in the reverse, which means you haven't been forgotten about, okay? The Four of Swords is showing up first, and then the Five of Pentacles came underneath of that, and so Spirit's like, trust and believe that you have not been forgotten about. Your manifestations are still manifesting. Everything you want does want you to. Just be patient. It'll be worth the wait. It will happen in divine timing. You haven't been forgotten about. That is so beautiful. I do think that sometimes along this journey, it can feel really lonely and it can feel really like isolating and like you've been forgotten about, but you haven't been forgotten about. And you're never truly alone. Like I said, God sees everything that's going on and God sees your heart and your intentions. Some of you too, you need to hear this message when it comes to money. Some of you had this fear of being like wealthy and rich because you've seen other people who use greed and some people who abuse money and they don't help anybody and they're greedy, and those people are living in lack. I need you to know that. Those people aren't actually rich. It may appear that they're rich money-wise, financially, but they're not rich because they're trying to keep up with the Joneses. They're trying to keep up with the Kardashians, which I don't believe that the Kardashians have that much money either, but we're not here to talk about that. Some of you have just seen how other people have abused money and used money, and you're like, I don't want to be like that. So that has also kept you from like wanting to be wealthy because you're like, I don't want to have all of this money and then act like them or be like them. But like I'm saying, God sees your heart. God sees your intentions. You're not that kind of a person. You're already generous with the little that you do have or the little that you have had. So when this money does come in for you and you are able to help not only yourself, but help your family and help strangers who need it, you will, because you're already generous, because you're already kind. So I don't want you to be afraid of the money that's coming in for you because you really do deserve it. And I feel like some of you are being used to help other people when it comes to money. And when it comes to resources as well, because I guess this won't always be financially or money-wise that I'm talking about. For some of you, it could just be resources or connections or things like that that you will have or that you already have that you're going to be helping other people with that may not have the same resources or the same privileges or the same connections that you do. All right, but I don't want you to be afraid of any of this because you earned it and you deserve it and you will know what to do with it. Your heart is pure, your heart is good. And then we're seeing the Four of Wands. You're in alignment. Whoever is getting this message today, you're in alignment. I think that you need to know that too. You're in alignment. I'm getting that you're in alignment with the ecosystem, which is why there is this undertone of calm and peace, because you know that the earth is going to handle it. You know that God, the goddesses, the deities are going to take care of whatever is going on down here on a human level. It's 111 now when I'm talking about this, so very interesting. The Four of Wands is 1111 too. 1111. Thank you, Shaggy. I love you. But you're in alignment. And that's the undertone of calm because you're in alignment. I've been translating that when you're in alignment, things come to you easily and effortlessly. You don't have to chase for anything that you're in alignment to. What you're in alignment with and what's meant for you loves you and is obsessed with you and isn't going anywhere. When you're out of alignment, that's when it feels like you're chasing the carrot dangling on a string. That's when it feels unobtainable and out of reach because you're out of alignment. Most of the time, you're out of alignment in those situations because those things are not meant for you. Those people are not meant for you. But some people do not want to accept that and they keep chasing things that are running away from them. Which I feel that this Mercury retrograde period that we're in is really going to get you to reflect and see what is really for you, who is really for you, and what is not, and what you're trying to hold on to versus what you need to let go of. And we're all at different stages of the journey, so you do you. You make what decisions feel best to you. But it does feel like Mercury retrograde energy is a decisive time. It's like bringing up things that we haven't gotten closure on and that we haven't truly completed and ended. So it's like Mercury retrograde's giving you an opportunity to make a choice. Do I repeat this lesson with someone or something from the past? Or do I cut it here, give myself the closure, move on from it, and accept the new blessings that are trying to come into my life? And neither is right or wrong. I'm not here to tell you that one is right and one is wrong. I'm just here to tell you that it does feel like there is some sort of choice energy that's going to be coming up with this Mercury retrograde. All right. Lastly, we will talk about this new relationship that's manifesting for some of you, because I see it, I feel it, I hear it. It won't stop. It won't stop until it manifests. And then when it does manifest, it probably won't stop either. Okay, some of you are already in a relationship and it looks like things are going to the next level. There could be talks about moving in with this person within the next month or so. There could be talks about actually solidifying the relationship and like calling it a relationship. There could be talks about, did we say moving in together? Maybe. There could be talks about a future of having children together. There could be talks about engagement, proposal, marriage, things like that. If some of you are already in relationships, it's going to the next level. That's what I'm seeing. For those of you who are single, though, it looks like your singlehood won't last for much longer. And those of you who are going to project onto me and tell me, well, I've been hearing that for 3 years, I've been hearing that, you haven't done the work. Click off, go watch a different video that will feed your ego. That's how I'm talking about, okay? I'm telling you that there is some sort of energy of people coming out of singlehood and forming relationships. Thank you, Carla, I appreciate you. That lead to like long-term commitment, because I'm getting that it's time for these relationships to manifest. With the Wheel of Fortune and the Four of Wands, it's like it's time for these relationships to manifest, because these relationships will inspire others and love will spread with these relationships, and it will help to raise the vibration of the earth. Because whoever these people are that are like projecting and trying to make distractions and cause chaos, it's very low vibrational. Like it's very low vibrational, and you can tell that it's low vibrational, but it seems like they're winning only because that's the narrative they want you to believe. They have no power here. That's why they're trying to siphon people like you and I. That's why they're here watching us, trying to figure out what's going on in our life so they can try to block it and do some stupid spell work to stop it from happening. But it doesn't work like that. It doesn't. But it and do some stupid spell work to stop it from happening, but it doesn't work like that. It doesn't. But all of this like energy that's being projected is very low vibe, and it's affecting the collective in a certain way. And I'm getting that these new relationships that are coming in are going to raise the vibe of the tribe and raise the vibe of the earth. Yep, Hierophant. God said so. This is God, creator, source energy. You don't have to take my word for it. Get right with God. Ask God about it, right? Because God will tell you if this is happening for you or not. Your spirit guides will tell you if this is happening for you or not, right? But the Hierophant is also about higher levels of commitment, and I feel that that's what's trying to manifest. There are higher levels of commitment when it comes to relationships and when it comes to friendships and business partnerships as well, but I'm really focused on the romance part here right now. Higher levels of commitment is trying to manifest. Yep, and we're seeing the Two of Swords in the reverse. No more delays, no more distractions, no more hesitation. Somebody's made their mind up about you, or they're going to in the next 4 weeks, the next month, when the seasons change. I keep getting something about the seasons changing, and this is changing somebody's mind too. Because it does feel like there's somebody here who hasn't maybe expressed their feelings to you. This could be a friend or somebody who just like hasn't expressed their emotions to you. And the reason is because they're hesitating. There's some fear here of like what it actually means to commit to you, because life does change when you commit to somebody. When you're in a committed relationship, it requires time, attention, consideration, care. And some people really do appreciate being single and really do appreciate their alone time. And I get that. I do too. There are parts of me that even though I want and deserve a relationship, I also do understand that I like being alone and I like being in my own space with my own thoughts. That way I'm not dealing with anybody else's mess, right? But that's part of what's been holding some of these people back, because they know that with you, it's real. They know that if they commit to you, everything becomes real, and then their life changes. And like a plant, you have to water a relationship. So this person's like trying to figure out, do I have the time for this? Do I have the resources for this? Am I ready for this? All of that. But I am seeing that they're going to make up their mind. And I'm going to tell you why they're going to make up their mind. Yep. Queen of Cups and the Devil card in the reverse, because it's better to love you than to lose you. Absolutely. Queen of Cups, you have so much love to give. You have so much to offer. And this person sees that. This person really does care about you, whoever this is that's coming in. This is like a real love energy. Somebody who really cares about you, who really does have emotions for you, who really does love you. The Devil card in the reverse is the freedom. right? And that's what some of these people are afraid of. They're afraid of not having freedom in a relationship because we were conditioned to believe that you don't have freedom in relationships. Because so many of us see unhealthy, toxic relationships where it's based on codependency and somebody feels like they need somebody, but you don't need anybody. And this person doesn't need anybody, and you don't need this person, but you want this person. And this person wants you. That's the difference. You don't need this relationship, but you want it. And this person feels that way too. They don't need this relationship, but they want it. My screen just got dark. Can you still see me and hear me? Oh, because we're doing this game again with the frickin' puzzle piece. Okay, TikTok. I'm still here. I'm still a person. Thank you. Yeah, you can still hear me and see me. Okay. TikTok just needed to confirm that I'm still a real person, I guess. Anyway, I won't allow that to be a distraction for me. This person does care about you, and they're really trying to work through this idea of feeling free. And there's something about you that they can't ignore. They can't get away from it. I feel that you've already like spiritually transformed them in some way just by looking at you, just by watching you, just by thinking about you. You've helped them in so many ways to release themselves from limiting beliefs and to release themselves from toxic relationships, toxic environments, toxic thought patterns. You've helped them in so many ways already. They may be expressing this to you and telling this to you very soon as well. But yeah, nobody's losing their freedom in this relationship. Both of you will still remain autonomous. Both of you will still remain independent, but it's going to be an interdependent connection where you grow together, right? The pillars, exactly. That's what Spirit's saying. It's parallel. You see how these wands are not touching, but they are still going in the same direction, right? Parallel to each other. And that's this relationship. You both still grow in a parallel line, but it's not like intersecting. And I mean that in a way where it's like not codependent, right? And that's what this is. But I'm getting that some of these people, they feel so strongly for you, or they will feel so strongly for you, that they're like worried that they're going to become obsessive or clingy. And that's part of what's been holding them back too. But you'll figure it out. I believe that. You guys will work through this in the relationship. You will work through this in the connection. Some of you have already been through the codependency cycle. You've already learned from that. You've already healed from that. So you know that you won't become clingy and obsessive and possessive in this relationship. And for some of you, it really feels like this person is a mirror to you. So if you are not going to be clingy, possessive, obsessive, they will not be either. But it does feel like that's part of the fear that's like separating the two of us right now, which is such a silly fear to me, because it's like, obviously you like me then. Obviously you really care about me then. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Right? It's so funny. I am getting that there is going to be a focus on prioritizing the relationship here, because that's what you truly want. You don't want this person to prioritize you, and this person doesn't want you to prioritize them, but you do want to feel considered. You do want to feel cared for. You do want attention. You do want this plant to be watered so that it continue to grow, right? And that's what I'm getting. It's like, I feel like you might ask this person, I want you to prioritize the connection with me. I understand that you have a job. I understand that you have a family. I understand that you have your own life, but I am asking you, if this connection is going to work, for you to prioritize the connection with me. You can still have all of your things. You can still be your own person. I'm not going to take any of that away from you. I don't want you to change. I like you and love you just as you are. They feel the same way. But there is this like, I need you to prioritize the connection with me so that it can grow, so that it can continue to build, right? That's what I feel is coming in. Someone who prioritizes the connection with you, and somebody who you can prioritize the connection with as well. It's very beautiful. It really does feel like a fairy tale love story. Like some of you are this queen or king, take it how it resonates, and you're like sitting up in the castle, just like playing with your hair, getting ready for the day, like, okay, love hasn't happened yet, but I still love myself. I'm still going on about my day. I'm still going to work. I'm still doing all of these things, but I'm up here in this castle. I'm waiting for my person to come and get me. That's what it feels like. Somebody's like climbing up the ladder, climbing to the top of the castle to come rescue their princess or their prince from this castle. Okay, some of you go watch Rapunzel or Tangled. I don't know why, but that's what I'm really getting here. Is it's giving me Rapunzel and it's giving me Fiona from Shrek. Like Fiona was waiting in that castle with the dragon, and then Shrek came through and like saved her. Even though what's funny is that Shrek was never supposed to like fall in love with the princess, that also feels like that archetype could be playing out here as well, where it's like somebody's coming in and they don't realize that they actually are supposed to be falling in love with you and creating some sort of relationship and commitment with you, but they'll figure that out as they go because the feelings are too strong here. The feelings are too strong. It is cute, isn't it? You are ready, bite size. You don't hope so anymore, you know so. It's already happening. It's already done. You already deserve all of this. Absolutely. Okay, those are the messages for today. I feel good about that. We're gonna close up shop. I'm gonna go make some lunch. She could have saved herself too, absolutely. You're right, she could have. But she wasn't meant to, right? If she was meant to, that would have been her story. And that wasn't her story because that wasn't what was meant to happen. And that's the thing too here, like, even though I am talking about like a fairy tale, somebody coming to like rescue you from the castle, you're not being saved. You've already saved yourself, which is why you're in alignment to this person coming in. You get what I'm saying? It's like you already know that you can save yourself because you've already done it. But you don't have to do this journey alone. And for some of you, you don't have to do this journey alone anymore. And that's something I've been working through because I'm like, I do so much of this spiritual journey on my own. Like, I know I'm not alone, but I do so much spiritual work. And I'm like, I would like my partner to be here to protect my emotions, to care for me and love me in all the ways that I do that for myself. Like, what are you doing? Right? Like, come and do the spiritual work with me in the 3D. But I believe that they're doing the spiritual work too in their own world, in their own life, just separate from me currently, until it is time for us to come into alignment and do the spiritual work together. Yeah, I will post this, Ollie. I will post it whenever it's saved and ready to go. I will post it to my YouTube channel. If you're watching this on YouTube, please don't forget to hit the like button for me. Subscribe to the channel. Comment down below if you feel called to. It was giving new vibes. It was giving new vibes, Anna. I was getting new person or somebody who you're currently connected to. It didn't feel like a past energy. Could be a friend that you're already friends with, but it's not anything more than friends. Or it could be somebody that you're talking to, but they haven't expressed their emotions to you yet. But it feels newer, like fresh. Tipping links are in my description box on YouTube. They're not in my bio. If you go to my YouTube channel, you go to the description box, my Venmo, my Cash App, and my PayPal are all in that. If you feel called to tip, to donate, to reciprocate the energy. I really appreciate you. Of course, that's not mandatory, but I do appreciate reciprocating the energy. For those of you who can't tip and don't want to, I get it. You're not forced to do that by any means. I do just ask that you hit the like button, that you are following and staying subscribed and engaging with the content to help reciprocate the energy too, so that I can continue to do the work that I do and bring you the messages that you need to hear when you need to hear them in divine timing. That is my piece. Thank you all so much for being here. Thank you all for your gifts here on TikTok. Thank you for your love. Thank you for tapping the screen. Thank you for seeing me, hearing me, validating me. Keep doing what you're doing, okay? You're in alignment. You're on the right path. You are so loved by me, by your angels, by your ancestors, and by so many. Take care of yourself. Stay hydrated, and I will see you next time. Peace.